Welcome to our broadcast, wherever you're joining us from tonight. It's Pace and Power. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got a couple of things. You guys have had a great day. Wherever you're rocking and coming from this evening, we're happy to have you all. Whether you're at home, you're in the diaspora, wherever you're joining us from, folks. Welcome, 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 welcome to one and all. You all should know by now we're in that period, folks. We're in that period. Some folks call it silly season, but that's where we're at. That's where we're at, and we hope that we can bring you guys all the valid and credible information, even in this period, folks. Valid and credible information all the way, and things are shaping up, aren't they? Things are shaping up, folks. However you look at it, Muhammad Irfan Ali, the PUP's already said he's their boy. And they're working hard now to convince you. All these goodies you see them sharing left, right, and center. Working very hard to convince you folks. Yep. That's how it's looking. And then we got our very own Mr. Aubrey Norton of the PNCR, leader of the opposition. Nigel Hughes from the Alliance for Change, my party of choice. We got my big uncle, Dr. David Hines from WPA. And then we got Anug. Anug is in it, folks. Yep. We have Anug in it as well. The folks on that side, they haven't said too much as yet, but we're still in the early days as yet. We are still in the early days as yet. They have a new party leader, and we're looking to see what he gives, what gives. And then we got the People's Movement that declared just over the last weekend. We got the VNC. They declared as well over the last weekend. So that was quite a weekend. A lot of folks coming out and saying, here we are. So that's some of what we're looking at too. VNC, and this is the Vigilant for New Guyana party. Right? Vigilant for a New Guyana, VNG rather. Vigilant for a New Guyana. We're watching that, and then we got some folks who have not declared as yet, but their talks, we're hearing things. We're hearing things, folks, and that is the publisher of Kaiser News, Glenn Lyle, and of course, our very own Simone Brose, my big sister. And then we got the man who's been the talk since his New Year's message, Ansruddin Muhammad. How is it going to go down, folks? How is it going to go down? Whetting your appetite just a little bit there. We're just happy to have all of you folks with us this evening, running the board there a little bit with you guys. And of course, lots of goodies are being handed out. Lots of goodies are being handled, but before we get to some more of that, some terrible news from the quarantine. Young lady, not even yet in her prime, died quite recently. We're going to talk a little bit about that. A lot of stuff coming out of the judiciary over the last 24 hours. Are we going to finally get some movement on a particular issue? Because now we hear the Bar Association chiming in. So we're excited about that. And then, folks, we have also some stuff happening internationally in the US of A. And then we got some stuff happening in Trinidad as well that we are watching. So a couple of things that we're looking at tonight on the fight card. Good to have each and every one of you here with us, folks. Share the live for us. Smash that emoji button as well. You all know if you all are not here, there's not going to be a good program. It's not going to be a good program. For the opener, those of you who joined us this morning as we were running the board there and show you what is happening, we heard a friend of ours said, don't worry, this landslide thing you hear BJ talking about. What is this landslide business? You ain't got no landslide now. And she gave us some insight why we perhaps haven't gotten that census report as yet. $2 billion later, 2 years later. We haven't gotten that census report as yet, folks. Melissa Atwell, better known as Melly Mel, bringing it to us over the weekend, but bringing it to us tonight. Yep, the 411. Take a look, take a listen.
In 2022, this government would have done a census. And in doing that census, they realized in 2022 that a lot of their support base would have migrated whether they went to Canada, they went to the US, they went to England, they realized that a lot of their support base would have migrated. So in doing that census in 2022, the people realized that in order to win this election in 2025, they need those crossover votes. And those crossover votes would only come from those predominantly Black communities. So that is why we see the president and his ministers are now paying attention to these predominantly Black communities. After they realize from doing that census that they need the crossover votes to win the upcoming election, don't worry with this propaganda that they're putting out there that come 2025, come this year, is going to be a landslide victory. They ain't got no landslide victory. This is the elections of all elections. Providing that people go out and vote, this is the election of all elections. Ain't got no landslide victory. Thousands of their support base would have migrated. Don't care how much you talk about, oh, Guyana nice, and this and all of that. And they're staying. Give them the opportunity to migrate. Everybody's migrating. Who can come to the US, come to the US. Who could go to Canada, going to Canada. There's a lot of their support base. A lot of their support base migrated. So they realize that they need this crossover votes. So we see the president and we see their ministers going into all these predominantly Black communities and making all these promises about projects that they're going to start. Listen to the trick. They're going to start these projects, but it wouldn't take full effect until after the upcoming election. So y'all were four years in office, y'all didn't look at these communities, y'all didn't do nothing to, provide jobs and all these things for the youths in these communities. But suddenly election year, y'all coming to tell we that y'all get all these projects planned and y'all get all these big plans for these predominantly Black communities. But these programs and these plans and these projects are going to take effect until after the upcoming election. So what they're basically doing is buying vote in a smart way. So they're basically saying to you, we could do so much for your community. Like we could do so much for Linden, and we could do so much for Melanie. We could do so much for Buxton, and we could do so much for Andes Grove. But in order for us to do this, we're going to start these projects. We're going to leave it halfway, or we're not going to let it take full effect until after the upcoming election. So it's basically saying to you that, you know what, y'all got to vote for us. Right? We can start this project, right? Hear the trick now. We can start these projects. Y'all vote for we. And then when y'all vote for we and we go back in power, we can continue these projects and y'all can get the little, whatever little money y'all can get in the community, a little 100, 200,000, whatever profit y'all can make, y'all can get this. Y'all can get this little money, but y'all not gonna get it until after the election. Right? They really think people stupid, right? And y'all aren't even putting y'all on game since, remember I tell y'all last year and the year before that these things are going to happen. And this is what they're going to be doing. So said so that it's like a playbook right out to the people. I know these people, you understand? So they need the crossover votes. Don't worry, this thing with the preaching but a landslide victory. They ain't got no landslide victory for this election. Listen, and if Mohammed decide to run, that's it. The people out here, they ain't got no landslide victory. With the preaching and what they're trying to tell y'all about the landslide, they ain't got no landslide victory. They now catching the ass.
Yep. Big Auntie herself. Don't look for no landslide, so none coming. None coming. We gotta work. But it's good to connect the dots because I understand why now. Just last week, them boys passed through Buxton. It's a block making project come in. You mean 4 years later, you didn't carry a block making project there? What else didn't happen? Then the men went up, Melanie, you want school extension? You want the play group, the play area rehabilitated? You want laptop? Take laptop. Charlestown got a pigeon problem. Come on now. Charlestown secondary got a pigeon problem. Rock can come in with that. Y'all think it's one thing wrong with this country? It's plenty of things, a lot of things. A lot of things I'm firing with this country. Look story here with the Guyana Police Force. Look story here with the Attorney General. You know, and people like Paul Slow. I'm thankful for them. Clinton Conway. When they speak, I listen. There's a lot of skullduggery happening here, folks. So we give you the opening there. Auntie Melly. We're giving a little icing now on the cake. You think them boys easy? Look story here. Even them gonna come down now from the East Coast, go in Larry, make a difference, a positive difference. Stop the corruptionism. Take a look.
Former Regional Divisional Commander Hemnath Shah is enjoying an unprecedented promotion, according to retired Assistant Police Commissioner Paul Slow. Shah was in Region 1 when tons of cocaine was found by the international agencies supported by the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit.
Last week, it was reported that Senior Superintendent Hemnath Shah, the man who was the commander of Region Police Division 1 at the time when all this cocaine, tons of cocaine was found, right? That he was, and we know shortly after there was a report in the newspaper, I think Kaicho News it was, that the commander was fingered in the cocaine.
The report that Shah was removed and put at the transport workshop. He had replaced a cadet. He has since been elevated to second in command of operations.
Like that. So we said so. Now, I think we said so on Monday. Can't remember now. So, well, Travis Chase carried that story. And then the police came up with a statement that is not so. This man is not transferred there. But Travis had his records. He had the receipts.
The evidence now shows that the second in command of operations has been sent to the transport workshop.
And they lie so much that they come trying to tell you, oh, that is not so. He has been temporarily assisting in the area for the past few days.
Another issue involved the disregard of an action sought by Attorney General Anil Nandlal. He had signaled his intention to appeal the quantum of damages awarded by the court for the murder of Quindon Bacchus. Bacchus was killed by the police in 2022. Soon after, Vice President Bara Jagdu announced that there would be no appeal.
If this man that is there as an Attorney General, having made this statement that he made in relation to this matter, the President come and throw you under the bus, said that ain't happening. If you had any shame, I would have gone, I would have told them I ain't serving any longer. I would have resigned my position.
Them ain't ashamed. Them, according to Lincoln Lewis, he said the strength is, they're not ashamed. Don't mind what you talk about them, they're not concerned, they ain't care. I remember reading a couple of years ago a case with a judge in England, UK. He drove at night during sometime after midnight. He drove to they call it a red light area where prostitution was taking place, popular place, and he drove slowly, stopped a couple of times, wind down his windows. He didn't talk to anybody. And people saw him and picking up. A couple days after, he resigned.
That was retired Assistant Commissioner Clinton Conway. He said that Nandlal made many embarrassing mistakes and that he should have resigned a long time ago.
You can't have the Attorney General blundering. And then sometimes he quoting the wrong section of the Constitution. I think it's time he go along his way.
Yep. We support that. It's time we go. It's time we go. But hold on. You see, I heard Clinton Conway there with the fellow going through the district. The man was on reconnaissance. Hold on. Folks, some place when you go, you gotta take your time and go through. Everything's not quick. You got to take your time. Reconnaissance. Policeman of that stature? What do you think the man is doing there? Reconnaissance. You know? Everyone is be seen all over the place. Army, helicopter, pilot girl, all kinds of things. Reconnaissance. Commander-in-Chief. You're instigating here now. We give you the opening, folks, and we give you a little icing on the cake. Let's talk about a couple of things, then we can circle back. As politics heating up on the home front, folks, as things are heating up on the home front. Yep. The board is taking shape. The board is getting set. The board. Who will it be? Last man standing, Game of Thrones. Who shall it be? Folks, let's touch on some other things happening. Biden, 6 days left on his board before the U.S. board change up a little bit. 6 days left. And Biden is telling us a ceasefire between Gaza and Israel is likely before Trump takes office. I hope so, because Trump would send this whole thing back, set it off and back. Biden says this ceasefire is possible. Negotiators met in Qatar just today, and they're hammering out. I can see the man with anvil hammering out a ceasefire agreement aimed at ending this conflict. Yep, it's possible. If Trump can get a second term, we can hammer out this thing in 6 days. Them boys started yesterday, a lot of back channels, back room, arm twisting happening. So let's see. President Joe Biden hinted quite recently at a possible breakthrough involving a ceasefire and a hostage release as well. Joe got to look to his legacy, folks. Please and thank you. Officials have expressed hope that the deal between the Israelis and Hamas will be finalized before Trump's inauguration, citing a lot of progress that they've met recently. Folks, let peace prevail. This killing of each other, man's inhumanity to man, let peace prevail. In the presidency of Joe Biden, peaceful transition of powers. Thank you, Democrats, for showing our Republican brothers how it's done. Thank you, Democrats. Thank you. Peaceful transition. And notice, hold on. Them boys are rushing, You notice the stipulated time, the election was since last year, and they're transitioning now. The teams are transitioning. We got to stop this secret swearing thing. Rush. If anyone want to get an injunction because they know the votes are invalid, rush. Quick. We too big now, man. Come on, somebody. We too big now. Hello to all the folks that met at Charlestown Secondary School today. All the folks who watch us. We too big now. We got to shape up. And shape up nice. That's why watching the board. That's why we're watching the board to see how the board shapes up. Watching the board. A lot of things happening, folks. And a lot of things will happen over the next few. Trinidad itself might be heading to a general and regional election, just like we. Some other folks are in the throes of it too. Some other folks. Trinidad, folks. Trinidad. State of emergency was operationalized quite recently. Trinidad have now extended that state of emergency because they're seeing the violence in Trinidad and Tobago escalate. That's what they're telling us. We ought to look at Trinidad and Tobago very closely. Those people have been producing oil for over 100 years. They got something on us. And we could take their learning and make it ours. We ain't got to walk the same road. We ain't got to reinvent the wheel, as we say. We don't. So the state of emergency has been extended for 3 months following a deadly following deadly gang violence and left 6 dead. This is what set it off. The measure was enacted on December 30th, and it grants the police and defense force in TNT expanded search and seizure powers, but avoids imposing a curfew on citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister, Keith Rowley, who has announced his departure, he's stepping down, he's resigning, claims that the state of emergency has saved lives and prevented potential mass shootings. Listen to this. Last year, Trinidad recorded 624 homicides. 624. And they said gang violence drove up murders by 40%. By 40%, gang violence. So we got a lot of work to do. And you know, a lot of it, we gotta curb in the schools. At least we gotta do curfews. Lots of it we gotta curb in schools. People don't become big people and say, well, in terms of violence now, the socialization coming down. Some people wicked too. Some people wicked too, like these French capos and jagbas. They're wicked too. So we're watching it, folks. We're watching it. 600 plus, you know. 600 plus. Rowley, Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, he has criticized as well the U.S. arms exports for exacerbating regional violence, while experts have said that the focus should shift to transnational crime networks. People who bringing in the thing, selling the thing, got to shift to them. That's what some folks are saying. And on the state of emergency, of course, they're saying that it will remain in effect during Carnival in February, with officials optimistic about minimal impact on tourism. So no curfew. Carnival got to go on. The show must go on. And if you know Trinidadians, Carnival is the greatest show on earth. The greatest show on earth. That is happening in Trinidad and Tobago. And you all know, once we come home, once we come. Once we're in this family. Once we're in the 592, once we land. This young lady around says, Karina Prasad, who you see here, 7 years old, she was very joyful. Auntie says, very joyful. And she was crushed by a 250-pound iron gate at the Taj Mahal Hotel and Bar in Corriverton, Berbice, where she lived with her aunt. A 250-pound gate crushed this 7-year-old. Folks, I know all my life. See, kids, you got to supervise them. You can't leave them unattended. My heart goes out when you see young kids, very much like Karina Prasad, navigating the streets of the city by themselves, heading to school, heading home. Say, Lord, you say a prayer. Help the parent. Help that parent, who might be at work. Help them in some way not have to leave this child, to the elements, dangerous world out there, not only falling gates. Our thoughts and prayers to the Prasads, Karina's aunt, her extended family. Something like that can affect you for a long time, Just 7 years old. Karina's gone. Man, death is so final. Sunday, they said this happened, Sunday evening, while Karina was playing near the gate. Despite being rushed to Skeldon Public Hospital, she was pronounced dead on arrival. And her aunt, Maharani Ramnarayan, described the young 7-year-old Karina as a cheerful and vibrant child who brought joy to everyone around her. That's cheering. That's me cheering for we. Your kids rung you your aunts, your nieces and nephews. My God, to see that next generation coming up so feisty and energetic, you know, your heart leaps, and you know, all's gonna be well with the world. The day to go over this country, all's gonna be well. Our thoughts again with the Ramnarines, with the Passants, to lose one so young. To lose one so young, you know. So you're watching this, folks. We're watching this. We're watching it. Thoughts and prayers. Again, thoughts and prayers. What did Barley and the Dragonair sing? Too many guns in the tongue, folks. Too many guns passing around. Too many. Too many. Much. Yeah. Too many. One. More than enough. More than enough. We don't want to go back to pre-2015. In the troubles, gunning down and kidnappings and murders. We don't want to go back to the Jackdo presidency. Please and thank you. No way, Jose. Forward ever. Backward never. Let it blow, blow, blow. Let it blow. Telling us 180 illegal firearms were seized in 2024. It's 180 too many. 180 in 2024 alone. Guyana law enforcement officials said they confiscated. They saw a sharp increase. That's what they're telling us. From what was seized in 2023. This is Home Affairs Minister Robeson Ben putting out these statistics for us, revealing that the weapons are not locally manufactured unless we print in them. I don't know. Right? It's neither here nor there. Unless we print, like, they aren't manufactured here. You know, some people just got. So they're not manufactured here. And with investigations tracing their origins to countries like Brazil and Austria, Russia. Guns here, folks. Robeson Bennett emphasized, Minister of Home Affairs, an ongoing focus on removing illegal firearms from the street. Remember, he said, push it over the station fence. No amnesty. But if you got a gun on it, you're not supposed to have it. You don't have a license for it. You just go by any police station, push it over the fence. Fire off, it knocks somebody. You small things. You pitch it over the fence, man. Shucks. So they're working hard to remove illegal firearms from the streets. And according to the Home Affairs Minister, this continues to fuel criminal activities. And he highlighted the need for improved screening at ports to stem the influx. It's the same thing Trinidad saying. We got to go after now. It's them boys who bring it in. Intensify the screening at the ports. And that's another story. You all remember that case with that 2 tons of cocaine to Belgium? You remember that? The scanner that didn't walk in, or they walk in and then the photographs that were deleted, and then they got them back, but we never knew who really went on the shift and who did what and to who and so on. Huh? So in this country here, the more you look, the less you see. Ben said this rise in illegal firearms underscores the critical role of international cooperation in addressing firearm trafficking. The same thing that Trini say. Transnational crime. We got to look at that. We got to look at it, folks. We got to look at it. And them guys got to stop moving in this kind of pedestrian way. Pedestrian way. Please and thank you. So that's one of the things we're following. It's one of the things we're following. You know, one of the things we're following. Because some other things we're following too. Big things happening in the judiciary. Lawyer 2025. It's not law week. 2025. Open up. 2025. I think the acting Chief Justice, the Honorable Justice Roxanne George Wiltshire, says no, you gotta highly qualified, over 20 years under her belt as a judge, and she has been doing a number of things to improve the delivery of justice. Just today, I think she was talking about the court system now, the judiciary now incorporating MMG. You can pay a bill, pay whatever you got to pay to the courts via MMG, making it easier for you folks. These people have been working. These women, these administrators of justice in this country, they have been working. In them, the Caribbean court say you undermine, you bring it into disrepute. No, it's the AG. Caribbean Court of Justice told that. Lawyer 2025. A lot of things happen today at the judiciary. Take a look. Take a listen.
Chief Justice Roxanne George has been presiding over the developments in the High Court. Today, at the opening of Law Year 2025, she traced those developments. The first was the e-litigation system that has enhanced judicial proceedings.
The e-litigation portal was launched at the Court of Appeal on January 30th, 2024. As at December 31st, 2024, 311 appeals and applications were filed at the Court of Appeal through the portal. The system was rolled out for the full court and High Court in all 3 counties on October 4th, 2024.
She said that from October to December 31st, 2024, 37 appeals were filed.
And 1,637 cases were filed in the High Court, broken down as follows: 1,373 cases for Demerara, 377 for Berbice, and 76 cases in Essequibo.
She said that there is need to resolve issues through the dispute mechanisms, including mediation. She said that despite the increase in judicial officers, the court system can't realistically conduct trials in every case or deliver justice within the required 4-month time frame.
Since November 2024, lawyers have been able to file from their offices and have been filing at a phenomenal rate, as evidenced by the statistics I just gave.
She said that one of the challenges has been the issuance of court orders.
In the criminal jurisdiction, filing of indictments on the portal will begin this quarter. The draft criminal procedure rules have been more or less finalized for review by the Rules Committee. As I noted last year, these rules will provide for more robust case management and greater efficiency in the adjudication of criminal cases, with the overriding objective of having cases dealt with in a very timely manner.
Justice George said that the magistrate's court case management is still a work in progress. She said that there were many who worked beyond the call of duty. This year has seen the launch of magistrates' courts in the heart of Guyana, including Madhya.
And again, in keeping with the technological modernization that is now part and parcel of our court, and which is in our strategic plan, these courts are all equipped with modern technology that permits recordings and virtual hearings, thereby ensuring greater access to justice where litigants, for whatever reason, cannot attend court in person.
There is also the implementation of the payment of e-tickets for traffic violations.
With such an e-payment platform, we hope to revolutionize the payment of bail, fines, and maintenance, with the latter being most beneficial to women and children, especially as it would mean that no matter where the person liable for maintenance is located, once they have access to the internet, they can pay monies through online bank transfers or, for example, by MMG.
Yep. A lot happening, folks. A lot happening in the thanks of the judiciary and the Chief Justice acting. For them. Movements. Come on. Don't just let me sit down. If we sit down here for 10 years, then it's gonna be, we did something. We did something. We didn't waste time. You know, we didn't waste time. We did a couple of things, got a couple of things done. You know what? The Bar Association today spoke up. Ring the bell one time for them. The Bar Association today spoke up. You know, since your finale came into government as head of state, president, since the commander-in-chief, he said, I'm going to appoint the lady. I'm going to appoint. Hold on. Like crack before the media. Hold on. He said, I'm going to appoint. Delay after delay after delay. It's clear as day now. You're going to appoint, but in these two ladies, see, racism in this country is real, you know. Marginalization, victimization is real. They are real as real could be. As I said today, the head of the Guyana Bar Association, testicular fortitude, spoke on this issue. Pretty proud of him today. Pretty, very proud of him. And what he had to say, come on. These matters have been outstanding too long. Too long they've been outstanding. And they're fiddling with his thumb, dilly-dallying and shilly-shallying. Stop it right now.
Law year 2025 opened today in the compound of the High Court. The opening ceremony followed the opening of the criminal assizes. Ms. Suana Lovell, Registrar of the Supreme Court, said that last year saw a groundbreaking achievement by the Council.
One of our proudest accomplishments last year was the launch of our country's first ever e-litigation platform. Those of you who were here with us last January will recall that we committed then to finally implementing our e-judiciary. In the words of Hannibal, and I hope many of you among here remember the A-Team, the fearless leader of the A-Team, I love it when a plan comes together.
She said that this achievement has helped modernize the administration of justice in Guyana. She said that there has been continued investment in new courthouses across the country.
A year ago, we stood here pleading with the powers that be to appoint members of the Judicial Service Commission so that the work of the judiciary could be carried out with greater efficiency. They listened, and this led to the appointment of 10 new High Court judges, 3 commissioners of title, and 9 new magistrates.
She said that the department for the first time has its complemented judicial officers. President of the Guyana Bar Association, Kamal Ramkaran, lauded the alacrity with which matters are being disposed of as opposed to a decade ago.
It is not only that there has been a revolution in the hearing and determination of cases, but there has also been a revolution in the landscape, so that when you come to the court, you can be reminded of the majesty of the law, not only through the parade, but also in the way that it looks. Courtrooms are all completely air-conditioned. They never used to be. They're all completely air-conditioned, and each one has video capacity to take witnesses who are overseas in the courtroom itself. And a lot of this change is as a result of the 2 ladies sitting up here, the Honorable Chancellor and the Honorable Chief Justice.
He said that the two worked tirelessly over the years to bring the changes that are now evident in the compound of the High Court. He said that one thing hasn't changed over the past 20 years.
But one thing that has not changed over the past 20 years is the fact that there is no, despite the fact that you have a Chancellor and Chief Justice doing all of those things, there is no Chancellor and Chief Justice. The word acting is supposed to represent someone pretending to be someone else. But these 2 persons sitting up here, I'm sure each and every one of you knows that they're not pretending to be anything.
Ramkaran said that the late Chancellor retired in 2025. He said that back then he was a 26-year-old lawyer.
You could have had a child. The child would have gone to nursery school and primary school and secondary school. The child would have gone to university. By now, the child will almost be finished his or her degree. And that is how long that we have not had a chancellor. We did have a Chief Justice who was appointed in 2001. The last Chief Justice was appointed in 2001.
He said that the situation is untenable and unacceptable.
The law, the Constitution is very clear. Unlike in the no confidence case where the CCJ said the words of the Constitution are simple, like every other power, it must be exercised properly, reasonably, and within the confines of the law. So if a process begins and someone is two people are put forward for the position of Chancellor and Chief Justice, you cannot withhold agreement.
Ramkrantz said that there is no reason for the courts to be without a Chancellor and a Chief Justice. He said that this is something that shouldn't be accepted by the judiciary or the people of Guyana.
While the president's discretion is not fettered by who should be appointed Chancellor and Chief Justice, if it means anything, as long ago as 2018, the Bar Association passed a resolution for the confirmation of the people who were sitting at the head table.
He said that undoubtedly the two people in the position should be duly appointed.
Yep. Go in front of the class, Kamal. Please and thank you, Kamal. Go to Kamal Ramkaran. This is the son of famed and distinguished, eminent attorney, senior counsel, Ram Ramkaran. Go to the front of the class. It's untenable. And he just say appoint. Kamal Ramkaran didn't just say appoint. Kamal Ramkaran says these two eminent jurists are the ones who should be appointed. They have been working hard. We've seen the difference, but that is what these guys do. They use you. Right? Get all your knowledge, your energy, your strength, suck it all, and then bring somebody else. Bring somebody else. It's wicked. It is wicked. With a capital wick, it's wicked. Appoint now. It is untenable and it is unacceptable. And that's what the Bar Association said. You know what else is unacceptable? What's happening in our schools? Last week we told you, went all the way up to Linden, Region 10, showed you a number of schools were closed for repairs. It's like the end of the Christmas holidays crept up on folks. And they were surprised, and so school reopened, no running water, no electricity to some schools, garbage piled up in some instances. What's going on in this country? And now they're telling us Dorcas Club Nursery School, the pupils have been relocated from an unsafe building. And then we tell you just this morning, May 26 Nursery School in Melanie, bursting at the seams. If he didn't pass by and the folks touched the hem of his garment, there'd still be that struggle there. And they're still in it for the time being. They get 2 pranks. You know, you get some dry biscuit eat while you're in the struggle, but you're still in the struggle altogether. So May 26, nursery school needs work. Dorcas Club Nursery School needs work. What's going on here, man? And Priya telling us how many schools she ain't building and what she ain't doing. But if you can't even take care of what we got, if we can't even take care of that, how are we going to do the rest? How are we going to do the rest? How? How? Come on, folks. Come on. We got a lot of work to do, man. We got a lot of work to do. Plenty enough. Plus. A lot of work to do. Priya, what's been detaining you? Huh? Is it Sureway, Safeway? The security company? What's been keeping your attention? Clearly it's not in the schools. You know how clearly is not in the schools. Case in point. Case in point. Oh, there's a pigeon infestation at Charlestown Secondary School. There is. I don't know where these pigeons come from. If it's Russia, Romania, these pigeons fighting. The teachers fighting the students. And then they're pooping all over the place, which carries its own health and safety concerns. Fighting. It's a normal sight any given day. To see a picture, a pigeon and a teacher ramping, a pigeon or two, and one of the folks who tidy up the school premises in a big brawl. Students as well. Students as well. One teacher told us she has a student. A pigeon is single her out every day and poop on her. We got to send these pigeons to Ankoko. We got to send these pigeons to Ittering Bang, Yarakita, Imbatero, on the border. We got to send them there. Fight the other trench crappos, we got to deal with on the other side of the border. You don't think there's one thing wrong with this country? But Priya, tell you how much schools are building and how much, and I've noticed, Priya, you are lumping schools being built and under repairs in one category. So you hear them say, oh, there are 10 schools being built and under repair. So you got to figure out if it's 2 being built and 7, 8 under repair. You got to figure that out for yourself. And 1 shut down. Figure it out for yourself. There are 15 schools being built and that are under repair. We'll see you, Priya. But folks, let us turn our attention to the Charlestown Secondary School. We were there today, talking to. Pigeon say, I'll bring him a fight. Huh? Zoop, come in. What the hell? Spoke to one of the teachers there. What's happening at the Charlestown Secondary School? Take a look, take a listen.
Pigeons is an issue. This has been going on for more than 10 years because we keep reporting these issues to the ministry and nothing has been done. The latest report was done on Thursday where we gave them an ultimatum. We asked them to come fix the problem or give us some word. I was there on Monday to get a reply, no reply. Until now, we're still waiting on the ministry to tell us what they're going to do. We were made aware that the PEO and the DEO are supposed to come to talk with us. Nobody's here as yet. It's after 10, it's 10:30 now. They were supposed to come since 10 o'clock. Nobody's here.
Nobody's here yet.
The students are scratching. Teachers are getting sick. All because of the pigeon, the feces that is going around. And not only that, but most of these birds, I'm sure if they carry them to, or they bring in any agency and test these pigeons, they have coccidiosis. Because the mere fact that students are scratching, that's one of the symptoms of coccidiosis. And most poultry, pigeon as being one, carries the coccidiosis virus. So we're here because we're very serious about it, and we're not going to budge until the ministry fix this problem. It's more than 10 years this thing has been going on. One of our colleagues would have gotten injured until yesterday. The pigeons are attacking the students and teachers, and no ministry official is coming to talk with us. We need them to come.
what happens in the interim? Because we notice in some of the classrooms, there's one in particular that has a lot of excrement from these pigeons. The upstairs look as though it's been abandoned.
It has been abandoned right now. The teachers would have been using the auditorium to teach. Some of them would have brought their classes in the yard, in the sun, to teach these children. This is not good. It is not good. We have to think about ourselves as well as our students. The charges that the ministry would have given to us. We have to look after these children. We are hoping that parents come out and support us in this effort, because it is very serious. It's a serious offense.
And we're made to understand, in addition to this pigeon infestation that you have here at Charlestown Secondary, we've got some challenges with this particular building too, with water and maybe.
Yes, because of the height of the building, you're not getting water to the top. Teachers got to be coming. Sometimes you have a pregnant teacher teaching to the top flat, got to walk all the way downstairs. There's no washroom facility in this building here. All of the washroom facility are downstairs on the ground floor. So when they go up there, they got to come downstairs for that washroom facility, and anything can happen. Some of those steps, if you check it, are very steep. So they started that. It's very serious. It's very serious.
Thank you very much, Miss. Yeah. I was fighting people. I don't want to admit it. I am a little thing, but I was attacked. Pigeon fighting you there. Priya's pigeon. I'm certain I got good punches too. You know? Attack. Oh, you bring this big head one here now? The cops came bearing down on me. Mind you, the teachers had to sit in sick out today and protest. You can't go to school every day, animals fighting you there. You got the ministry, the animals there to deal with, then you got the pigeons attacking you like some kamikaze pilots. Come on, folks. Come on. 4 or 5 years in. What is it? What is it? Huh? What is it? As my friend would say, what is there to that? Pigeons attacking people. We also spoke to a parent and her child. They didn't want their identity to be known, so forgive us. They got some concerns too. The pigeons, folks. Priya's pigeons. Take a listen.
Friday, well, we get a message since last week Monday when school reopened back, but he came home. One of his classmates got ill the Thursday, matter of fact, and he came home on Friday complaining that, "Mommy, I'm not feeling too well." I said, "Nikolai, what happened to you?" He was like, "Mommy, my belly hurting me." I didn't take it that serious, and by Saturday morning, he had roasting fever, and Sunday also. It's only yesterday he started gaining back himself. But this situation in Charlestown Secondary School is getting out of control. The pigeon situation, we are asking kindly to the Ministry of Education to come and look into this matter, because it's affecting the teachers, also the students here. It is not something that is nice, but it's health-wise also. So all I want they to do is just urgently seek. We are seeking urgent help, yes.
And no doubt you had to take time off from work. All of that must be stressful to you.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I was here at Charlestown on Friday, which on Thursday one of my friends wasn't feeling too well. On Friday I started catching symptoms, because when I went home, I was complaining to my mother about my stomach because it was hurting very bad. And on Saturday my skin was getting warmer. At every minute my skin was getting very warm. And I told my mother, and she gave me a tablet. The same night, Saturday night, she gave me a tablet, and I drank the tablet. And on Sunday, my skin was hot. It was very hot, and I couldn't even move. I was lying in the chair whole day. I was very well not active, and my belly started to hurt, and I started to bring up. And my mom gave me, you should rub something on my throat because my throat started to back up as well. And I drank a tablet, and I slept almost the whole day. Like the whole day, I sleep for 6 hours straight. And I woke up, every time I woke up, I just sleep back. So my mom gave me a tablet. I went on a walk with my stepfather, and I came back, which I lied down. I had to go and tidy up myself. And on Monday, yesterday, I started to feel a little better because I could get myself more active. I could move. So I really think that is because when we be in school, the pigeons feces be all over the school, and if we don't look where we're sitting, it could be on our clothes or it could affect us. It very well affect us because if we take in the scent, students are always getting sick.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to hear that you fell ill over the weekend, but we're happy that you're back now and you're stronger. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yep. The pigeons, folks, the pigeons. Beware. You pass around Charlestown Secondary School. Beware of Priya's pigeons. Beware of Priya's pigeons. Good, folks, that's going to do it for us at this end this evening. That's our time. Priya's pigeons. And that's our program. Stay safe until we meet again, folks. That's our time. And that's our program. Have a great evening. See you in the next broadcast.